So this is my mini bike. Just got it running. Had a few carburetor issues riding it, and sure enough, all of a sudden gas started pouring out everywhere. It just stopped and gas started. So I don't know. I fixed it now. I don't know what was wrong. I guess I put on a fuel line I had another fuel line on before, and it got a hole in it. And I put on a new one, and and I guess it looked good on the outside, but it must have been dry rotted on the inside, and rubber pieces got in the carbon, caused it to get the needle in the float stuck, and fuel kept pouring in, so that's all taken care of. It runs real good now. I'll just do a walk around video. Real big tires. It's just kind of a temporary line that ain't gonna last long, especially with the ethanol nowadays in the fuel. But hey, it works. Valves need to be adjusted. It's the top end is very noisy. But the clutch is kind of noisy too. I had to weld that there together. Just put a giant glob right there because it was kind of rusting there, so Couldn't use new rear bearings, as you can see. The one cap came off the one. But it's just a mini bike. It's got a stand on it. And that's a Tecumseh 5 horsepower power sport engine. This link here, it's a permanent link. I'll explain why. What that is probably in another video. Needs a tune-up, new air filter, new spark plug, new fuel filter. All of them are pretty bad, but hey, it runs right now, so that's all that counts. And maybe a new throttle cable. This one's kind of as hard as hell to twist. There's a carburetor, primer. Yeah, I won't prime it because I don't want to flood it. Ray went through that for a while. Rear brake, it's kind of just like, it's not hydraulic, it's just what you refer to as cable or so, but it's not really a cable in there. And then there's a disc rotor, and there's disc pads in there just like on hydraulic brakes. And over time, you need to replace them too. There's a kill switch up here that needs to be mounted a little differently besides that wire tape. And there's a shut-off switch on the engine. I usually just use this one up here. So, start it up. It starts at one pull. I'll set it like right here on the seat. The idle's smooth, it doesn't really miss at all. As you can hear, the top end is a lot thicker. I think the valves are really off. But I also think that they're known for this because of the clutch on this side here. So I'll get this piece down from here. You gotta really yank on it and get it out. It's not really fast. It probably does maybe a max speed of 20 miles an hour on the road. But I tell you what, it moves. And for having those size tires on them, I don't even know the size of them, but it's pretty insane. It's a little bit slower than that LT80 I have that I never made a video in a long time of. And this is centrifugal clutch, just belt drive. Then it goes out to a chain. May not be very strong, as you mean. I mean, it may not be very fast, but it's got a hell of a lot of torque. I mean, you can feel that thing, and it's got a huge gas tank. It's another thing. If you have maybe a half-gallon tank, not even, maybe like one of those quarter-gallon tanks, you'll last an hour on this. This holds almost three. So you can last probably almost like a day, or more than that, almost more than a day, just non-stop holding it full speed, you know, just for a day straight before you run out of gas. So it lasts forever, you know. You really won't need to check the gas on this thing for a while.